Thank you. Thanks a lot to all the members of TUMI Mission, Rohan, Aparna, Jens, for inviting me on this occasion. And I must compliment that the work which you are doing, that is something phenomenal. And maybe that tomorrow when somebody is going to kind of script India's mobility history, then the role of TUMI will definitely be there. It would be very, very emphatic role would be there. So, as you are aware that e-buses are especially reshaping the shared public transport landscape in India. That is well known. Now we have successfully discovered the lowest price for the biggest ever demand of 5,450 electric buses across 5 cities under the grand challenge tender of the remodeled what we call FAME 2 scheme. Now, the massive effort of aggregating the demand across 5 cities, mention of which was made just now on itself, and kind of harmonizing this demand, it is something that is unprecedented. Now, the excellent tender conditions have resulted in the lowest quotes in the country, significantly lower than the operating price of diesel or CNG buses. So that is where exactly, that is how we have been able to create that ecosystem for it. So the quoted cost for electric buses, excluding subsidies, some 27% close to that, lower than the current cost of diesel buses and 23% lower than that of the CNG buses which are currently operating in these cities. Now, including the available subsidy, the electric bus quotes are 35% lower than the diesel buses and 31% lower than the CNG buses again operating in these cities. So what you see is that from 27 to 35%, that is the range in which it has been established that the prices are lower. The prices so discovered, they have set a kind of benchmark for public transport. And the price point is going to, it is going and it is likely to encourage all the other states and union territories, important cities to proactively adopt these electric buses. Now, despite the exercise being one of the largest procurement of e-buses in the world, the gap in public transport bus fleet in urban centers still continues. Now, what we are as of now doing is just trying to kind of strengthen the existing fleet. But what is also needed is augmenting that particular fleet. So increasing the number, that is another call. Now, the successfully completed Grand Challenge for e-buses echoes the multitude of benefits that could be achieved with cooperative and collaborative efforts from all states across. So many think tanks who have been working into this spectrum. Rather, I would say all the stakeholders, including the OEMs, which are which have played very significant role. Now, this is inspired by the results. You see, the government of India is working proactively to scale up the effort and kind of execute a national program for 50,000 e-buses. So that is what the new aspiration is. Now, such a large-scale procurement will ensure adoption of these buses even in rural and intercity bus markets of India, which are about 90% of the fleet and bus kilometer operated. The greenhouse gas emissions mitigation estimates also point to significant decarbonization of the bus services in India through these large-scale electrification. So just going through my copy in which I have recorded in my register, I have recorded that how it is going to take shape. My understanding is that in a time span of some next, say, 2 years, 2.5 years, in India, we should have at least 15,000 buses up and running. So that is for sure. So 50,000 plus buses, 50,403 I have calculated. That is the scorecard. So that is so many of buses should be in India. Now I must compliment the TUMI mission that you are into the capacity building of these cities. That is very critical. I need not kind of I mean, I can go to any extent of saying that how much importance that has got in taking this entire public cleaning up of public transportation, operation of these buses around. Now, in the era of e-mobility, digital technology is the fulcrum of defining this paradigm shift. Massive development in the IoT integrations with EVs is helping us create advanced automotive technology, enabling a safer and more efficient mobility ecosystem. Now, from now on onwards, adoption of digital interventions in bus routes scheduling, depot and charging management, operational control, and overall bus ecosystem, this is all going to help us bridge the gap in effectively operating these buses. Now, equipping the transport systems with cutting edge technology will also help us create data repositories that can help government institutions, transport undertakings, and you are rightly working into that spectrum, and operators, and make more evidence-based decisions rather than just by the gut feeling kind of thing, as well as and provide real-time monitoring of operations. Therefore, I welcome this timely step by TUMI Mission to introduce this capacity building course on digitalization of the bus operations, and I'm 100% sure, I'm confident that this is going to empower and equip the institutions where they are working in upgrading their current systems in a big way. So a lot of congratulations to team TUMI, to which I am also a part of it, and of course to all the members, those who have crafted this particular syllabus, this particular program, and to all those who are going to be beneficiary to it. I shall be making a request to them that please do as much learning as possible, take down the takeaways, and once you are in the field, please implement them so that we go in for a public transport that is really aspirational, that is really green, clean, of cutting edge technology, and kind of we are able to achieve the mobility, the paradigm that we always wanted to. So again, thanks a lot to Rohan, Aparna, Jens, and all the entire team members of TUMI for inviting me on this occasion. Thank you.